Most of the time, erectile dysfunction is treated using prescription drugs like Viagra, Cialis, Stendra, and others. These medications belong to a class of drugs called PDE5 inhibitors. They work by dilating the blood vessels that supply the erectile tissue inside your penis, making it easier for blood to flow to this tissue when you're sexually aroused. While medication is the most common first-line treatment for erectile dysfunction, some research suggests that exercises can also help to improve sexual health and erectile function. Most scientific research on the relationship between exercises and sexual performance can be divided into two categories. The first involves research on specific exercises, such as pelvic floor exercises, also referred to as Kegel exercises, that strengthen the muscles around the penis. The second involves research on the effects of aerobic exercise, which can improve blood flow throughout the body. Let's start with the first category. In one study published in the urology journal BJU International, researchers looked at the effects of pelvic floor exercises on erectile health in a group of 55 men aged 20 and up with long-term erectile dysfunction. The men were split into two groups. One group was instructed to perform pelvic floor exercises and make lifestyle changes, while the other was instructed only to make lifestyle changes. The pelvic floor exercises were taught by a physiotherapist, and men were instructed to perform them on a regular basis over the course of the study. After 3 months, the men treated with a combination of pelvic floor exercises and changes to their lifestyles had a significantly higher rate of recovery from erectile dysfunction than participants in the control group, suggesting that pelvic floor exercises could be an effective treatment for erectile dysfunction. More recent scientific research has found that men affected by erectile dysfunction tend to have lower levels of pelvic floor muscle strength than their peers, suggesting that pelvic muscle function is involved in erections and sexual function. How do pelvic exercises work? The pelvic floor muscles are a sling-shaped group of muscles located underneath your genitals, bladder, and bowel. They originate from the pubic bone at the front of your body and attach to the bottom of your spinal column. The muscles of your pelvic floor aren't just involved in erections and sexual activity, they also play a role in your bladder and bowel function. Whenever you pee, you relax your pelvic floor muscles, only to clench them as you finish to stop the flow of urine. Pelvic floor exercises work just like other muscle exercises by increasing the strength of your pelvic floor muscles and enhancing their function. Sample pelvic floor muscle exercises for men. Exercising the pelvic floor muscles is a simple process. You won't need any special equipment to train these muscles, nor will you need to train your muscles intensely. In fact, for most men, a few minutes of pelvic floor muscle exercises per day should be enough to produce real, noticeable benefits. You can train your pelvic floor muscles using the following process. Start by emptying your bladder. Relaxing your pelvic floor muscles can cause you to urinate. Because of this, it's best to go to the bathroom before you start doing any pelvic floor exercises. Tighten your muscles for 10 seconds. While seated, tighten your pelvic floor muscles and hold them in this position. Count to 10 while you keep your muscles tight, then relax your muscles while counting to 10 again. You can identify your pelvic floor muscles by tensing as if you need to stop peeing. You'll feel the pelvic muscles lift into your torso as they're tensed, causing your pelvic area to feel tighter than normal. Repeat this process for 10 repetitions. After relaxing for 10 seconds, repeat step 2 for 10 repetitions in total. Take a break after you finish, then return to your normal daily routine. Do these exercises 3 to 5 times a day. You'll notice the best results from pelvic floor exercises if you complete them several times a day. Try to do these exercises after waking up, in the afternoon and before you go to bed. These therapeutic exercises can be performed while seated or lying down. It usually takes 6 to 12 weeks of consistent training to notice improvements. Try doing these exercises while using your computer, watching TV, or reading a book. Like with other forms of exercise, it's important not to overtrain your pelvic muscles. Avoid doing more than 5 sessions of training per day, as this may cause your muscles to become fatigued or injured.